A very good morning, Class 7s. We have been doing tissue in animals. So let us continue with tissue in animals today. Last time we did the epithelial tissue. Today we shall do the connective tissue, muscular tissue and nervous tissue. We shall do it later. Today only connective tissue. Okay. Now, connective tissue is that tissue which binds one tissue with another. The name is only very suggestive. It connects one tissue with another. It also connects various organs, keeping them in proper place, keeping them in their place. Connects organs, connects tissues. That's why it's called connective tissue. Okay? Now, nature and characteristics of connective tissue. Abundance of intercellular substance. Now, intercellular, the meaning is in between the cells, there is abundant, plenty of substance in between the cells. Okay, in cellular tissue, in between the cells, abundance of a substance, and that is called the matrix, the base. Okay. Now, presence of fibers throughout this tissue. You will see like this type of fibers, throughout the tissue. You will see this type fibers everywhere, rich in blood supply. This connective tissue is richly supplied with blood. Okay, but there is an exception. One connective tissue does not have, except cartilage. Cartilage only does not have the blood supply. Okay. Now, connective tissue are classified as follows. Now, there are connective tissues of different types. Now, number one, connective tissue proper, or even it's called fibrous connective tissue. The second one is the supportive connective tissue, and the third one is called the fluid connective tissue. So, connective tissues are also of three types. Let's go into them one at a time, right? Now, connective tissue proper, or the fibrous connective tissue. Under this comes a tissue which is known as the areolar tissue, or it's even called the packing tissue. It occurs below the epidermis of the skin, below the skin. And because of the presence of this tissue below the skin, it makes our skin elastic. Okay? When you pull it also, when you pull your skin, it goes back. Okay? Because of this tissue, it can withstand the pulling strain. Doesn't mean that if you pull your tissue, okay, skin, it will remain that way only. It goes back. Why? Because it is elastic, because of the presence of areolar tissue. Okay. So this is connective tissue proper, or fibrous connective tissue. Under that is coming the areolar tissue. Now the next one coming is the adipose tissue. Adipose tissue, it is a tissue that has specialized cells to store fat. It stores fat. Again, this is also beneath the skin. It forms a padding around organs like kidney, eyeball. Okay, now this is only to name a few, but they form a padding so that it doesn't, move out of place. Absorbs shocks. Any sort of shock coming to the body, it absorbs the shock. Okay, all of a sudden you have a fall, all of a sudden you have a bad push, or someone pushes you very badly, that shock is absorbed by the adipose tissue. Okay, now provides insulation to body for keeping body heat. Insulation means it keeps the body warm. Whatever heat is there inside the body, it keeps the heat so that the body stays warm. The body remains insulated. Okay, it doesn't lose body heat all of a sudden. Yes. It keeps the body heat, maintains that body heat. Now, fibrous connective tissue, okay? This is the third type of connective tissue proper. Fibrous connective tissue, they are made up of long fibers like this. And the fibers, they are bundled together, okay? And they are held together by the areolar tissue. Fibers, they are bundled together by the areolar tissue. And they form, what are the fibrous connective tissues? Tendons and ligaments, okay? Now they form tendons. What do these tendons do? They connect muscles to bones. They connect the muscles to the bones. Very important. You must remember, ligaments, again, another type of fibrous connective tissue. They ligaments which connect bone to bone. Okay, they keep the two bones together and they hold them in position, especially at the joints. Okay, over there, the ligaments are there, bone to bone. Okay, and they hold them in position. So these are the three types of connective tissue proper or fibrous connective tissues: areolar, adipose, and the fibrous connective tissue. So these are the different types. Okay, now we move on to the next tissue. This is the supportive connective tissue. Okay, connective tissue but of supportive function. So let's see the different types of supportive connective tissue. One is cartilage. Cartilage, it is a non-porous tissue. Porous meaning it does not have any pores in it, fine openings. You will not see any sort of openings over here. It is just a plain tissue, okay? A non-porous tissue, no openings, okay? No pores. It has a thick matrix, okay? The ground substance or the base which it is made up of, it is very thick. It has no blood vessels or nerves. An important point to note. No blood vessels and nerves. It is semi-transparent and elastic. This tissue is also elastic. Yes? To see whether it's elastic, you can bend just a little of your outer ear. Okay? Again, it'll go back into place. So, it just proves that, yes, the cartilage is elastic. Okay? Now, where are they found? Found in the external ears, tip of nose, at the end of long bones, in between the bones of the vertebral column. Vertebral column is the backbone. Scientific language, it's called vertebral column. Okay, so the vertebral column actually has vertebrae, the bones, small bones making the vertebral column. In between those small bones of the backbone, cartilage is also found over there. Okay, now we come to the next supportive connective tissue, that is the bone. So supportive connective tissue, cartilage and bone. Bone, hard and porous tissue. It is hard and it is porous. It has fine openings. The bone has fine openings. Good supply of blood vessels and nerves. Living cells called osteoblasts. There are living cells found in the bones called osteoblasts. And a rigid mass of inorganic salts. Inorganic salts are also found in bones. Okay, so these are the two supportive connective tissues. Now we go to the fluid connective tissue. Fluid means it is a liquid. No, fluid. So blood is one, lymph is the other. Blood, it is made up of plasma and cells. What are the cells that are present in the plasma? Plasma is the liquid part of the blood and it has cells over there. Now the cells are the red blood cells, white blood cells and the platelets. These are the cells found in the plasma of blood. What does the blood do? It regulates body temperature. Yes, it keeps the body temperature nice and normal. Yes, transports nutrients, waste, and respiratory gases. It transports digested food, waste materials which has to be thrown out, and the respiratory gases. Oxygen, when we take it in, it is taken to the different parts of the body by the blood. And the waste product, carbon dioxide, that is formed in the body, which is a waste product, is again taken up by blood. Okay? And it is given to the respective organs so that it is expelled out of the body. Maintains water balance of the body. Okay? So the blood also maintains the water balance of the body. Now the next fluid connective tissue is the lymph. The lymph is a clear, transparent fluid. Okay? No red color in it because it does not have any red blood cells. It is the blood plasma. It contains white blood cells. Okay? What does it do? It absorbs fat soluble vitamins, destroys germs, dead blood cells, flows in lymphatic vessels throughout the body. It has its own vessels called lymphatic vessels in which it flows. Okay? Now, this is your assignment 14, full marks 4. Name the following. You just have to name them, okay? The 3 types of connective tissues. The 3 types of connective tissues. All the answers, you're going to find it over here only. 3 kinds of connective tissues. Now, this tissue keeps 2 bones in place. Now, you look for that. Tissue that stores fat. A non-porous tissue which has no blood vessels or nerves. Okay, so you're going to do these 4 questions. Okay, and you will post it in my WhatsApp number. Thank you.